Did you know that more than 80% of programmers are doing repository wrong? Yes, more than 80% of programmers are doing repository wrong. They're not obeying the rules on repository and they're doing it wrong. One of the simplest and basic pattern on programming, most of the programmers are doing it wrong. Watch till the end and I will show you the best practice on repository and how you should implement your repository. Okay, for answering the question, what are they doing wrong? First, we should see what is repository. So, repository is a pattern as an abstraction layer for data access and persistence operations. It means repository should separate your data concern from your business logic. One of the mistakes of programmers is that they're putting their business logic into their repository, and it's wrong. It's bad practice. Don't fall for that. It's bad practice. You shouldn't put your business concern on your repository. You should separate the data concern from your business logic. So, next, they are breaking SRP, or better known as single responsibility principle, on the repository. Yes, your repository should be single responsibility. You should obey single responsibility on your repositories. Let me tell you aspect of repository in DDD. How DDD thinks about repository. On DDD, you should think repository as a memory collection. On C#, you know array, list, span as a memory collection, and it should be for your domain aggregates. So, on these circumstances, you should have insert, get, delete method on your repositories. I promised you best practice sample for real world repository. So let's see. Okay, we are on my GitHub. Make sure you subscribe my Instagram, my GitHub, and my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. This is NYZ framework. I had a project and I put some building blocks on it to use it. It's actually based on Zamin. If you go here, you can see the Zamin. It's developed by Mr. Urman and it provides some building blocks for implementing DDD, and I know it has best practice sample. I suggest you to go and check every single line of code on Zamin, and I'm sure it gives you some idea for implementing best practice on real world. Okay, let's back on here. I got a I command repository. There is a base behavior for each one of my repositories, and I use this interface to implement it. Look at here. I have an interface with tentity generic type, and I've inherited from I unit of work for my I command repository. On here, I'm using CQRS. CQRS means command query responsibility segregation, and it helps you to separate your write behavior from your read behavior. On these circumstances, I have I command repository here, and you see I have a delete method, insert method, and some get method. And I've told you before, I implement I unit of work, so it gives me some commit method too. So, but I've said that I'm using CQRS. Why did I put these get methods on here? Because on real world, if you're using CQRS, you might have a database for write and another for read. There might be two different databases. On these circumstances, you must sync these databases, but it won't be real time. It's gonna be some delay on your sync. So I only use these methods on my command handler. I don't use it to present something to my users. So this is a base repository for each one of your aggregates. So let me just show you implementation of this. On sample, if you go on core contract, I don't have contract, I have domain here. If you go on core domain and just open people feature on here, you can see repositories. I have a I person command repositories. With this technique, you are obeying SRP, single responsibility principle. Look at here, I have I person command repository, and it's just implement the base behaviors on the repository. So you can add some behaviors too, but make sure that you don't mix your business with your repositories. For example, if you add disabling or just naming something on your repository, naming some business on your repository, I think it's putting your business on your repository. So don't do that. It's bad practice. So, and on infrastructure, I have implementation for my repositories. So, I hope that this video helped you a lot. Please, if you have Any question, ask it on the comments. If you like this video, please like this video and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please ask me anything on comments. Bye.